Welcome to DevOps at Hands-on Labs. The purpose of my videos are to help you prepare for Terraform authoring and operations with AWS exam by going through the learning path and doing hands-on labs. Today's video is about Terraform state, local, and is part of resource lifecycle playlist. I've got other playlists as well, but right now we are focusing on resource playlist where we're trying to understand the resource lifecycle, concepts like import and concepts like state, um, and resource targeting as part of the resource lifecycle playlist. Okay, I've also got dynamic configuration, but that's a different playlist. And so this is the first section. Before you learn anything else, these are the first concepts that you need to understand about Terraform. Today's video is about Terraform state locally. Terraform works with a concept called state, which is stored in a file, and that is like the source of truth for the actual desired state of what you want your cloud configuration to infrastructure to look like. So at any given point of time, it looks at that source file. That is how your cloud configuration or infrastructure would look like. Okay, and when then there is any change that you make to your configuration, to your resources, it will then look at the existing state and then see that you've made some changes, and it will give you what are the incremental changes. So let's get started. So I have earlier used the same example. I'm using the same example for the target state, where I am using the same GitHub repository. I'll provide the link in the description. Now I'm just going to get rid of the original state and everything. It doesn't have anything, so it is nothing but something that just creates a bucket, an S3 bucket with some S3 bucket objects in it, like 4 files in it. Okay, so let's try to do a Terraform apply. Yes. So it creates an S3 bucket and 4 objects in it, and I think a public access block policy. So if you look at what is the name called, it's learning sincerely neutral bird. Okay, so this is my S3, and if you see here, this is learning sincerely neutral board, and as I said, there are some 4 files in it. And if you look at the permission, yeah, I think this is the one that it probably has. Anyway, it's just one bucket with just 4 objects in it. Right now, let's try to, if you can see that the number of words in the name of the bucket object is 3, right? We will change that to 5. Okay, if we look at here, the random pet object names, I think the length is 3, so I'm going to change it to, let's say, 4, right? And then if I do a Terraform, and before I show you, you can see that earlier I don't have any Terraform state file, right? I can see but now I can see that there is a Terraform tf state, and there should be the resource configuration of about 13 resources here. One is an S3 object. I think there's about 4 S3 objects, and there is a bucket, and then there's a module. So you can see basically all your resources and what exactly is the current state of these resources in your AWS account, right? That is your state. So, and it is generally, and now I don't have any backend. as part of my local working directory, it created a state. So the state of this whole configuration is tracked only locally. I haven't configured anything outside the repository or working directory. It when you don't specify any particular backend, by default it generates the state file within the working directory with the name terraform.tf state. Now what I want to do is I go to my main file, and as I said, I have to remember that was the length was 3, and the number of words in the name of the objects is also 3. Now I've changed it to 4, and then I'm gonna do a terraform apply again. You can see here about 4 objects will change now. I think it should change about 4 resources. Let's just see, because yeah, so if you see here 1 2 3 4, these are nothing but the random pet objects, and their name, the length has been changed from 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4 for 4 objects. So it actually 8 resources. There's 3 objects. S3 object 0 1 2 3. So this is the S3 object, but also the name itself, the string itself, that is also changing, and then you are changing the name of the object as well. So not just 4, there are 8 to add and 8 to destroy. It's not replacing it, it'll delete that and it'll add again. So that's why you have 8 to destroy and 8 to add. So I'm gonna do a yes, and if I see in the console now, it should be having it should have, now you can see that it has 1 2 3 4 names, 4 words in the name of the objects. Okay, so that is how it will work, which is fine, which is expected. Now what I wanted to show you is, you can see that now you've got another one, which is terraform.tf state.backup. Now this is nothing but the original state. If you look at Terraform TF state right now it should have the length set to 4. Let's go to the objects. This is module, so let's go to the module. AWS S3 object. It should have length somewhere, which should have changed. So the easy way to find out the difference is to what I'll do is the current state and the old state, the previous state backup. If I do the backup, you will be able to see the differences. So you can see here it's changed from 3 words to 4 words, and that's for all of the objects, and also the actual random pet, the string itself, and then the objects which were changed. So they were about 8, and then this is the part that I was talking about earlier. It was 3 and it was 4, and you should have like 4 occurrences, because we have 4 objects and some tags. I think that should not be, that's fine, but basically you can see the differences, right? And what I'm trying to say here is, you will have a backup of your state for the existing configuration, and also the immediate previous configuration in the form of terraform.tf state.backup. So if there's any issues, there's something that did not work properly, you have another state that you can work against, which is stored as well. Now as you can see that these files are generated locally, and there is a chance that these files could get deleted, and it is not a great way to work if others also want on your Terraform configuration, and the state file is being accessed by not just you but your teammates as well. In that case it has to be kept in a shared location where everybody should be able to change to write to the state file and then update it as you update your configuration, which is how most teams work, which is having a remote backend, which we will discuss in the next chapter. Now, if you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. And if you think my videos are helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk about remote backend. Thank you. Bye.